Well, I am live. Well, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day, wherever you are, and welcome. Welcome to Biz with Joy. Grow your business in style. Leaders leaving legacies. I am Joy Ruffin, and I work as a style and leadership consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. Oh, my friends, I know it's a lot, but it's all aligned. It's all connected. And tonight, this crazy title, Are We Losing Our Internal Technology? What the heck does that mean? We can't allow a technology takeover. Well, tonight I'm going to share a little story with you. It's not so little, it's quite big. My aim is for you to take all of this food for thought and use it to your benefit because it is quite a story. For those of you who don't know me, tonight I will be your featured guest speaker. This Biz to Biz with Joy, Leaders Leaving Legacies, is all about men and women in business who want to bring their message to the stratosphere and spread it out and around everywhere. And tonight, because I've been working diligently to change this platform around a wee bit, because I started this because of the pandemic, because men and women were scattered and many were thinking, what am I going to do and what's happening? And a lot of people who were not online working were thinking about it. So it was good timing. And men were asking me because my leading ladies leaving legacies was for women only. And I am not a sexist. Bear that in mind. But let me say what happened here for you, because this is a good story for you. For even all of those of you who are experts and specialists and influencers and so on, it still matters and it's important to you. Are we losing our internal technology? Why that? And why we can't allow that to happen. The day after Thanksgiving, I'm working diligently on my computer. And all of a sudden, boom, Facebook went out. I couldn't get back in. The saga of that is a long, long story. But I said, okay, let me just close everything down. And tomorrow, which would have been Friday, I'll get to someone and see if they can help me. The short of all of this is only yesterday was I allowed to get back into my account. And even then, on my personal profile page, there's a wee bit of a restriction there that will hold for another 3 days. The semantics of it, I have no clue. But this is what I want to share with you. My intention for all of you, no matter what stage or level you're at with technology and how long you've been on any social media platform, probably what you already know, because of my naivete and not knowing all the variables, who knows what happened. But when I was able to get in the other day and look, I saw that someone somehow, you probably know as well or more than I, was able to get in and post somewhere, not so much on my personal profile page, but somebody with my ID, all type of Islamic posters. Now, I've been to the country, spread around, travel all throughout. There's nothing against Islamic, anything. But I suppose because I couldn't read, I didn't know what it was saying, the posters, that Facebook felt that it wasn't the right. And it wasn't, especially if it wasn't in alignment with their rules and regulations. But here's what I want to share with you. When my technical guy, my computer guy came on that Monday after, and he said, "Ooh, you've been hacked and hacked well." And I'd heard other people talking about this, but it never dawned on me that this could happen. We do what we do. And he said to me, as much as everyone, most everyone, loves this platform, it's like a dragon that you cut the head off and then boom, there's not very much that you can do because it's free. And even if you're paying for ads and doing a lot, if you don't meet their requirements and so on, it's over. And that gave me, and I hope it gives you, a lot of thought about free. Because most of these platforms that we're on, and I'm not going to name them, we all know the names, to an extent they are free for you to utilize them. And the intention is that ultimately you will begin to advertise and build your tribe, your circle, and your group on them, right? And this is exactly what any business is about. When you do your workshops and your master class, is to introduce what you are and who you are to others so they can get to know, like, and trust what you do. Because ultimately, it's about bottom line, it's about business. And even though many of these, in fact, most all of these platforms are international, global, bottom line is still about how are you going to support them and having a bottom line profit for the platform that you're on. And one of the ones that's rather new, no longer new, I think it's almost maybe 2.5, 3 years now. Another one that I'll mention the name because it's audio only is Clubhouse. And I understand through the grapevine, we all know the grapevine, right? That they are thinking about and considering finding a way to have people who are on there to have some kind of subscription or who knows what. This is an embryo now, but they want to find a way to make it profitable for them too, because everyone, like anything else new when it was started out 2+ years ago, everybody and his grandma and grandpa popped in there to see what it was all about and start a room. I was among them. Most likely you were too. But now they're thinking about how can we make a profit? How can we make this bottom line profit for us and for the people who are here? And I'm sharing all of this to say this. Here is what, for me, I hope for you and all of us, that somehow we can find a way, because being out, and then I didn't realize how addictive, addiction is a big word, and it doesn't only cover alcoholism and drug addiction and sex, whatever. It's much more than that. Addiction is like every day when we're here doing what we do, live streaming on a platform or sending out content because we're creators. But here's the catch. It means that we need a way to be able to get into, especially, and I no longer say this because I put this on the back burner. I've learned so much over the past few weeks, talking to a lot of phenomenal, fantastic people that I take sage counseling from, because I know now much more. This is what every trauma that comes to you, it brings you. As much as it takes from you, it brings you something too. Don't we all know that? And who was it? I think it was Maya Angelou who said, when people show you who they are, believe them. And that's also true for any business. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is that we need to be more mindful about how we operate and utilize any platform. Because if we can't get, especially, and I don't need to say especially if you're advertising, spending money on the platform, because a lot of people that I know aren't doing that, and yet they're on the platform. But we need to be able to, technology has taken over, and now you get robots, you get the automation. You can't speak to anybody. And even in the texting back and forth, that creates an issue. So how do we manage this free platform that's humongous? And the experts that you work with and the influencers that you work with, they only have so much expertism that they can offer as well. Because for me to discover towards the end that even though the account was hacked, and now I know about the two-step, all of that, that's home for me now, that's being put in place. Yet, how do you get to talk to somebody or to send a note through? There was no one for me, and even for my VA to get through to talk to. And even the person who worked with me to help me to set up and everything, she was hacked. So what is this? And not only me, I discovered, because I no longer think this way. I used to think, well, it's you, it's me. Well, it's not. It's not. There's so many people since this takeover, and it's not really a takeover, this merging, this whatever this other new name is, that were hacked for whatever reason, that their accounts were taken away. Some of them they were able to get back, some not. This lady who worked with me is still out, and she is much more proficient and knowledgeable than I with technology. So this free, here's something else. When it comes to the services that you offer to the people that you serve, our assignment is to offer that with qualifiers. Because when we talk about exchanges and barters trade-offs, freebie swaps, adjustments, concessions. You have to be very mindful of how we're using those, because ultimately you want to give out the value of your knowledge and your wisdom and your expertise to people who value it. And those who are bouncing and popping around continually, this is segueing a wee bit away from what I spoke about, but yet it's aligned. You only want to be aligned with so many of those because they're still evolving. We all start off working online, more or less, offering our services in a way that will bring people into us. And then the quality and the value that you give, you want it to be such that it brings continually people into you as you begin to advertise and network and get out into the circle of the people that you want to attract. So your presence matters. And I want to talk a wee bit about that, because presence, not only yours, but the platforms that you're working with and how you work with them, it matters too. How authentic are they? How positive and confident do you feel that it offers you the opportunity to showcase your presence in a way that highlights you? That's why guidelines, and the principles that business is based on, you have to follow, because otherwise you can't be there. So I respect that. But there has to be a way where the people that are on your platform can touch base with you and get to you within a reasonable amount of time. So your communication skills, verbal or written, has to be something that people go back and forth so that whatever the issue is, it's resolved. So why am I bringing presence and communications into this? Because for most of us, this pandemic has brought about the new word. It's no longer new, pivot. Pivot is simply changing. How are we changing to adapt to all of this newness that we're involved with? Most of us have gone big time, deeper into an online presence. Good. But the platforms that we use, and most people that we work with, our people, it seems, are working on anywhere from one, contingent upon their business, 1 to 3 platforms. How many times have you heard? I've heard numerous times. Well, I like that platform. I've heard about it, but I'm concentrating over here now and over here. And too many I don't want to dabble in. Well, I respect that. That's focus, that's concentration, and that's what you're there to do. Yet, it doesn't harm you to connect with as many platforms as you can and keep some type of a presence there. Let me give you an example of what happened. And I'm not segueing away from this being hacked and being out of Facebook for almost 2 weeks. I'm talking, and by the way, I maintained my sanity. I don't know how I did it, but I did. But I wanted to go with oh my God, I don't want to go there. Like some of the serial to the corporate, and well, they have so many, Facebook, and go boom, boom, boom. But I maintain my composure because I've learned over the years that everything that seems to be taken away from you, if you can step back far enough and be more open to what it's giving you as opposed to what it's taking away from you, you're able to elevate yourself a wee bit higher. Didn't say it was easy. No. But yet, that's what we all have to do. And here's an example that I want to share with you, because here's what's important. I do 2 live streaming broadcasts weekly. This one I'm segueing and changing around here sometime soon. I don't quite know when. I don't like to give out dates and times because I don't like to make promises that I can't keep. It will be in change mode here at some point in time, especially by the end of January 2023. But for now, it'll be me for a while. But here's what happened. My Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies for women only is broadcast every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm thinking of it as international and global because we're going all over the world now. This beautiful lady that I'm aligned with is global and international thinking as I am. And my audience combined with hers We have quite a big number, and I'm looking for sponsors. But here's the story I want to share with you. This lady that I interviewed, who happens to be a lawyer. I won't say what type of lawyer because I'm not going to give out too many details for all the kind of I'm very much an open book, but very much a private person. I don't believe in giving out other people's information without permission. So I dance around and I skip around certain things, but you'll get the gist of what I'm sharing with you because it's powerful. I interviewed this lady approximately 2 years ago. And once again, about maybe 8 months ago, I think it was. Beautiful lady, very knowledgeable, extremely gracious, all the beautiful characteristics that I applaud: integrity, honor, and her word is her bond. And these are the people that we want to align with. My friend, I have lots of friends, don't you? Don't you love friends? My friend texts me the other night and said, Joy, let's chat. And the funny thing is, I had texted her first because I'd been considering something and I wanted to get her opinion about something that she was doing. So she texted me back and said, let's chat. So here's what I did. I did a Zoom with her. I love to Zoom because that gives me a closer, doesn't it give you the same? You get more of a feel for the person. You get to see and know what they're really about. This friend of mine that I adore, and I met her about 6 years ago when I was hobbying. Wasn't really turning it into a business yet, just kind of testing the water, so to speak. Don't we all do that to an extent? But if you haven't heard me say, I'll say it again, I fall in love quickly. And I fell in love with her because I feel the heart and the soul of people. I really do. And now at this stage in my life, I embrace that. I used to run from it because I thought, oh, this crazy stuff. But I felt it. And she and I kept in contact. I interviewed her back in the beginning as a freebie. And then she went on to do all of her wonderful stuff. But when I Zoomed with her, here's what she said to me. Joy, a year or so ago, you interviewed a lady. I remember her name and I remember what she does. I remember her first name and I remember what she does, but I don't remember her last name. But I need her services now. Could you connect me with her? Why am I sharing this story with you? Because by the same token, I had someone say to me, and one of my business managers said to me a long time ago, Joy, when somebody starts asking you for numbers and how much this and how much that and how many people here, and when they get too strategic with it and too persnickety, that's not your person. So I'm sharing this with you for a reason. I've learned the hard way that that's the truth, because you don't know where your audience is going to come from. You don't know when somebody is going, that if you do all the things that you're supposed to do and you're in alignment with your message and what you want to send out over the stratosphere, then all you have to do is, with my guidance and support, is deliver it. And when the time is right, because they become evergreen, that person is going to connect and contact you to find out how you can support them. And if not that time, you never know. You have to keep yourself out into the stratosphere in on as many platforms as you can that go out everywhere. Hopefully it's in alignment with the audience that you're searching for, but don't be bogged down with numbers. I know bottom line business numbers are important. We get that. But also you don't know when you're going to be. I'm doing a lot of YouTube now, vetting people that I want to bring on to my station here, Cosmic Healers and Alternative Modalities. And I'm vetting them because I want to see if they resonate with me. I'm not going to present to you anyone that doesn't resonate with my soul. And if I don't get the communication skills that they have, where they're clear and there's clarity, and I don't feel that they really know what they're talking about, because I've been there and done that. Most of you have heard that I spent my entire life discovering me, finding out me, and most all of them in every modality I've touched base with. Not some of them that I'm seeing on the YouTube, but I say that to say you have to vet people to find out who you're going to bring on your platform. This change and this pivot that we're all about, that's what it's about. But you want to make sure that you are in alignment with people who support your cause and your message and what you're about. By the way, everything is filled with, today especially, we're in the merry, merry, happy holiday season, and I'm ranting here. But the reality is, we are here to enjoy life. to make the best of it and to connect with people who support what we're about and what we're doing, and vice versa. And that's not going to be everyone. The circle might be small, it might be medium, it might be large, but it'll be impactful and it'll be valuable for you and for them, because connections are vital. And that's why whoever you meet, wherever you meet them, be gracious, be kind, because you don't know when you might need that person and the services that they offer. And you ought to get out to as many different platforms as you can to discover and meet the people that you are designed to meet. That said, my Facebook page, I'm hoping is back up. So if you're not a member of Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, you can go here. And then my Facebook group, Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, join that group. When I get back full speed, I'll be putting up a page for Biz to Biz too. And it will only be a page, but we'll talk about that when that time comes. Here's what I love to do. This is my Meet with Joy link. If you're out there listening to the replay and you really are interested in expanding your circle, your group, your tribe, then we need to connect, because that's what I do and that's what I love to do in conjunction with my signature style specialist consulting work, which is if you're interested and you care about your presence and how you show up as a professional, because we look for professionals here. Women who want to stand in their power because they know, they feel that we have it. And that's the message that we want to get out, because it's our time. And every male out there who is powerful, from the heart and soul connected, wants an equal. It's that simple. We convolute things, but it's really that simple. We are here to be authentic. We are here to be interested and positive and gracious for everything that we have, and to keep building for more and the best, but not to deny where we are and who we are right here and now, to love every bit and every part of us. And I'm saying that to say, because of this platform mishap that happened, I don't hold grudges and I don't do anything that will harm, in my humble opinion, anyone. And even though I was very, very, I don't like language that doesn't fit, I said, okay, just be patient and calm yourself down, because what it's given me, and I'll be sharing that with you as we move forward here, is a lot more than I came onto the platform with, because now I feel that I have a better means of operating through and with this platform. And the gods are good, whatever your source, a higher source of power might be. I always say the gods, because being brought up in a very religious background, Christianity, I applaud and I celebrate and I commend that. I don't knock any of them. I said to you earlier that the Islamic posters that was on my Facebook that I could see, that they saw, that I couldn't see, somewhere they were posting, I don't know, with under my banner, my name. I have nothing against that. I'm just saying, whatever their rules and regulations are, meaning this platform that I'm talking about, Facebook, they just decided this is not going to fit. And it didn't. So I don't have any qualms with that. But what I want to share with you is this. Be aware, puzzles and games, we all like them, right? But you want to be able to understand them. You want to be able to play them with heart and soul. You can't allow them to be invisible and to dissolve your sense of who you are. Because wisdom and how we create and become inventive and creative, it's a discovery. And that discovery has to be connected to who you are and what you're here to do and how you're here to serve others. Sounds a little bit convoluted, but the essence of the gist of the gem, the jewel of what I'm saying is there. We are all here to grow. But that growth has to be about discovery of who we are. Power is a word that, just love it. But there's too much of it out there where people have no clue about who they are and the message that they're delivering. This word love, another one like pivot, has been so overused and not understood. Love is love, but unless it's unconditional, and it can be unconditional, it's authentic and it's filled with power, your power. And when that's there, people see it, they feel it, they taste it, they smell it, they know it. If they don't, they're not ready. They're not ready for you. And you are bold enough and loving enough in your power to say, bless you, blow kisses, and move on, because it's not their time. That's all that we have to remember. And it's taken me all this time to get there. So I'm sharing those pearls of wisdom with you. You stand tall and regal, royal, refined in your power, because you have it. We all have it. We as women, it's about allowing it to surface, allowing it to come up in that unconditional love, which we all have. But we have to start first with ourselves. And that means everything about you, head to toe, top to bottom, hair to shoes. You don't have to be like a runway model or Hollywood actress, but show up as your best when you're going out to meet and greet people in a business mode. That's what my signature style specialist work is all about. We look for professionals. We want pros. We want women who know that they're beautiful. I'm not talking about the Americanized sense of beauty. And they're gracious and they're kind and they love Hollywood as I do. But yet Hollywood is Hollywood and we are who we are. That's what I'm leaving you with. So I'm leaving you with this. Platforms, be mindful. Know that what my lesson the hard way, but it gave me something that makes sure that you're very mindful of how you're using it and how you're managing it so that you can be what you want to be and have what you want to have on these fabulous platforms. I have to tell you, all of the platforms that I'm on, I love them. I really concentrate on 3 of them and we'll be doing more and more. But yet, the love for all of them, knowing the value of all of them, that's what I want to share with you. And these platforms that we have now with this wonderful lady that I'm with, we go out over 134 different platforms. I mean, you don't know when somebody's going to approach you, just like the example that I gave you. I'm connecting these 2 beautiful souls, and whether they work together or not, I don't know. But that's what it's about, connections. And that's what we're all here to do, to communicate with clarity and conviction, knowing that you are in the right lane for you and connecting with the people that you are meant to serve. What's better than that? It's a movement, but it's a good movement for women. And we love our men. So don't run away, because you, as a male, as a gent, you have a leading lady. You have a lady that you love and adore, and you want her as an equal. And I leave you with that. May I say thank you always for being here, from my heart to your heart. Much, much love. And I send you always only the very, very best. Have a good evening, a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same, well, not quite the same station. Until then, much love. Cheers.